every speech you go to every rabbi, it's all they're talking, the internet. And I'm sorry to tell you that even after all these conventions, the Yetzer Hara didn't retire after the conventions. Yetzer Hara heard the conventions and he heard all the speeches and he said, what do you think, I'm going away? I'm not going away anyway.
Every single second, another person is falling prey to the Yetzer Hara.
Hundreds of thousands of people are suffering from that.
There's an estimate that there are 300,000 members of the Frum community who are struggling with this terrible problem.
This is the biggest milchama we have in our door. There's no question that this pirza is pulling down every segment of our door.
There was a Harvard study made by 2 Frum experts on the Orthodox community, and it shows that 58% of singles and 51% of married guys in the Orthodox community are looking at schmutz at least once a month.
I can't tell you how many times young men and young women actually have approached me talking about struggles in the early stages of their marriage with exposure and use of pornography in a way that just poisons the relationship.
The number of divorces that are happening because women feel betrayed because their husbands are looking at the pornography.
I think 60 to 70% of the get now because of schmutz.
It's very, very difficult for that kind of wound to heal.
There's certain things you can do in a Avera, but you can still go on. But this type of thing, you can't go on because you're feeling guilty, you feel you're nobody, you feel you're nothing, you feel God doesn't look at you anymore.
Once you start, it's hard to stop. To compound the challenge, people have no one to talk to. They are too ashamed. People struggle alone.
It was very painful, and it was just taking my life over. I didn't want this. I was growing. But this was growing with me until the point that I felt my life was out of control.
It reaches everywhere. It reaches into the most wonderful families where you would never think it's possible.
That there's a very large proportion of B'nai Torah, from Jews that are addicted to this.
It was affecting my family already. They didn't know what was going on, but I knew on the inside. But who was I going to speak to? I couldn't. To my Rav? I was too embarrassed to go to my Rav. To my friends, this is not the type of thing you talk about with your friends. To my wife, you can't talk about this to your wife.
These are the living dead of our generation. Tens and tens of thousands of people, good, wonderful, ehrlich of people who want to grow, who are dying, and we don't even notice that they're dying.
We can do something to help these thousands and thousands of victims of Achinu B'nai Yisrael. We can help them. And the way to help them is this organization of Guard Your Eyes.
Guard Your Eyes has helped thousands of people to break free. For the first time, there is real hope.
Guard Your Eyes has a method where they can remain anonymous.
GYE helps people in the entire spectrum of this struggle, whether someone just started slipping or whether they have been struggling for decades and have tried everything. GYE will help them find the tools that will work best for them, even while remaining fully anonymous.
So how many people are going to tell you, I watch the internet? Nobody's going to tell you that because it's incredibly embarrassing. And Guard Your Eyes provides anonymity because there's so much embarrassment, that's tied to this particular Avera.
My Talmidim and Talmidos of 35 years are mostly people who would only approach with anonymity. They wouldn't get help any other way, if not for the bracha of your organization.
Until Guard Your Eyes, I was all alone. But now, finally, I had resources. Now I had people to reach out to when I needed help. And I learned about recovery. I learned that there was a way out.
I have a perspective about your work that is off the charts. I work in the space of sex addiction treatment in the Frum community. I've worked with folks from all over the world that have struggled with this issue, from Hasidim to unaffiliated Jews. Since Guard Your Eyes has started, it's been a phenomenal resource that I've given to people, and I've incorporated into my work with them, and it's been phenomenal. I'm talking about feedback from America, Argentina, from Eretz Yisrael, from Spain. It's really, really helping shifting people's thinking and their lives as a result. So, kol hakavod.
They've already reached 30,000 members of the Frum community.
And the success rate that they've had with Guard Your Eyes is phenomenal. Mamish Atzulis Lefochos the Pekuah method.
It's been almost a year and a half of a new life that I've started to leave. And I'm so thankful, and I have such a curse at time.
I don't know that there's ever been a more serious problem to Klal Yisrael's Kedusha than that which we have now. And the only weapon we have against it, the only one, is guard your eyes.
For the past 13 years, Guard Your Eyes has been helping thousands of Jews by offering many resources with 3 different levels of tools and support. Our users had their own personal homepage with access to all our tools. This included the partner program, the 90-day chart, which is based on scientific studies that says it takes 90 days to change an addictive pattern in the brain, the GYE handbook, thousands of articles, the daily Chizuk emails, the WhatsApp boost broadcasts, forums, chat rooms, a series of weekly phone conferences with experienced group moderators, and a variety of programs, 12-step materials, and even live meetings.
They're already reaching over 30,000 people. From what I see, there's a need for many, many more people to be reached.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Shalach Hasani, V'yavduni li ba'mitbah. Now you're 31,000 people that are engaged in your program. Why not 50? Why not 70? Why not 90? Why not 150? And you always have to run yourself. Kadima, go forward.
A few years ago, it became clear to us that our current way of working couldn't keep up with the growing demand. The number of members reaching out to us kept on increasing, and our manpower was stretched to the limits. We also knew that the approximately 5,000 members that we've been getting every year is only a fraction of those struggling with these issues, and that we have a responsibility to advertise much more and reach them as well. But to make it possible to really help so many people, we needed to overhaul our platform and make it truly the best in the world in terms of content, tools, and support. While keeping what worked, we wanted to make it much more effective, automated, and scalable. I'd like to share with you a sneak peek behind the scenes of the step-by-step process that we took over the last couple of years to revolutionize our programs and create what we're calling GYE 2.0. In stage 1, we wanted to improve the science behind Guard Your Eyes. We spent over a year researching the entire body of literature on the topic of addiction and behavioral change. With the help of professional researchers and therapists, we reviewed and indexed over 100 books and svarim, as well as hundreds of scientific research studies. We created a full summary and outline, many hundreds of pages long, with the best evidence-based ideas and strategies to serve as the foundation for our intervention program and tools. In stage 2, we worked to conceptualize and plan how the site should work. We collaborated with a team of top user experience experts to map out all the scenarios of a user's journey from start to finish based on the best practices in the UX industry. We also worked with top gamification experts to make the website fun and engaging so users stick around long enough to achieve real recovery. For the design stage, we invited several design companies to propose a design style for the site. Eventually, we settled on a beautiful design that is professional and friendly to make the experience for our users welcoming and relaxing. In the development stage, our programming team worked to create a scalable, interactive, and gamified platform that enables us to deliver the content and tools to our members with the smoothest experience possible. Each user has a personalized dashboard which shows them how they're doing based on a range of scores that use algorithms to calculate their level of commitment and their overall performance. This way, even if they have a fall, they retain their motivation and don't feel like they're back to square one. The dashboard also has an action tray to suggest which tools the user should focus on next based on their progress to personalize the user's experience. One of the most crucial elements of our success over the past 13 years is the anonymous group support that Guard Your Eyes provides. Our new program builds on the success of the past, giving our members easy access from their dashboard to the community features like the forums and the partner program for ongoing group support, and the ability to message their coach at any time. The Daily Reflection tool encourages the users to log in every day and track their progress by recording their mood, triggers, intensity of their urges, and details about any setbacks that they may have experienced so they can use them as learning experiences and recommit themselves. As part of the gamification strategy, they get points just for answering these few basic questions every day. Later, they can see their overall progress and recognize patterns on their progress page to both celebrate success and to be able to analyze and learn from their setbacks. While the system will have a lot of automation, the human touch is a vital element. On intake, each user receives a welcome message from our staff with a personalized program based on the assessments that they filled out in their application. These confidential questionnaires help us classify our members based on age and what they struggle with, while still retaining our members' complete anonymity. Through our sophisticated case management system, we develop a relationship with our users, so they don't feel like it's just a website with information and tools, but rather that there's a real person behind it that cares about them, and we check after them periodically to see if they're doing well or not and if they're still around. We are also developing a coaching feature where we provide users with a mentor who will guide and support them throughout the process and with whom they keep in touch with through their dashboard. There's also an intelligent back-end system for our coaches to be able to see a snapshot of the user's progress at a glance and interact with them through a secure interface. The system has many time-saving automation features to enable each coach to help as many people as possible. For example, based on the member's history, the system will suggest what to write, and it has a built-in system to share text or voice messages with a user. It even has a CRM to help the coach keep track of who he needs to follow up with and when. All this automation will enable our coaches to efficiently and effectively help many more people. In order to train our coaches, we developed a coaching program. In the program, the trainees are given a deeper understanding of the science of behavior change and are also taught mentoring skills by a veteran coach. In parallel, we worked with a team of writers and therapists on the written content of the program for our users. We put in enormous effort to carefully select the most useful information and evidence-based strategies, taking particular care that each ID is aligned with Torah values. We sifted through our massive database of research, transforming it into beautifully written content. Our first flagship program is a 9-week course, which we called Flight to Freedom, which covers the basics of recovery. Just to give you a taste, a super quick overview of the course. Lessons 1 and 2 talk about building up the user's motivation and discovering which situations are most likely to be problematic for them. Lesson 3 is called Rewiring the Brain, and it teaches the neuroscience of behavior change and addiction, along with the skills of how to deal with urges, minimize triggers, and develop a comprehensive and realistic plan of action. It includes an interactive planning tool that allows the user to select strategies that he's learned about in the lesson and drop them into his plan. Once the user creates a plan, their coach automatically gets a copy of it, and they can also share it with others for feedback. The rest of the lessons deal with other important topics, such as how to deal with challenges in early recovery, like withdrawal symptoms, how to maintain a positive attitude, how to cope with uncomfortable emotions, which are often an underlying factor, how to prevent and deal with setbacks, and how to achieve life balance to maintain change for the long term. The courses include audios, videos, interactive tools, and short quizzes after each lesson. And we plan on taking this same content to create offline products like books, journals, and worksheets, and make the program also available by phone and hotline, so even Buffrim or people who don't have access to the internet will be able to benefit from it. We also built into the program scientific assessments like the HDSI, Hypersexual Disorder Screening Inventory, to allow us to collect a lot of information, personalize each user's experience, and objectively measure the success of our users over time to help us continually improve the programs and tools. In short, we're creating the most incredible online platform of its kind that Klal Yisrael and even the world has ever seen. It's evidence-based, scalable, interactive, and automated, and it also includes the vital element of human support, which we're building through a team of trained coaches who will guide our members step by step through the process. All this advanced science and new technology will hopefully triple or even quadruple our success rates and enable us to roll this out in a massive way by increasing our advertising, networking with schools, yeshivas, and communities. Our goal, Be'ezus Hashem, is to measurably help 100,000 users in the coming few years at all levels of this struggle.
What you're doing here is not to be believed. I'm shocked by two things. First of all, by the broad spectrum of things that you're offering, by the level of professionalism, and another nakuda which I'm shocked by, the level of detail, of resolution that you've gone down to.
Now I have a whole new appreciation of the professionalism, of the dedication, the wonderful tools and resources informed by the most sophisticated neuroscience.
The ethos is off the charts, the commerce is off the charts, the variety of what you're offering is off the charts, the details, the professionalism, the graphics. I could say hello now for 10 days, you're shocking me.
This is the problem of our time, and this is the answer.
Guard Your Eyes is really the shmira for Klal Yisrael, and without it, I don't know where so many good people would be.
For this organization, in many ways, I see it as a lifesaver. So it's a game changer. I think it's messianic.
Right now, they're covering 30,000+ people that are in their program. I can't see that with less than 150,000, we're doing justice to this Milchama.
They need to go to the next level.
And in order to get to the next level, they need a lot of financial support. This will be the Hatzalah for Klal Yisrael.
I can't think of a bigger chusaradet for a person to buy for himself.
Whatever you can help and help this organization would be a chizuk for Klal Yisrael.
Kollels, I heard 1,000 kollels. I've heard of 1,000 yeshivas, and I've heard of 1,000, camps for kids. But I only heard of one organization that's dealing with internet filth addiction, and it's GYE.
And if we can enable these pioneers that identify the challenge, the slap of the Yetzer Hara before Mashiach comes.
In every generation, Hashem has sent down someone to save Yiddishkeit, such as we saw Taman, the Baal Shem Tov, and the Chofetz Chaim. In this generation, I know of no other force that has been as great in saving families as Guard Your Eyes.
The Mamash, the Aaron Kotler, and the Sorah Shnir of our door.
So I think that anybody who participates in supporting Guard Your Eyes is actually Matzil Klal Yisrael. Now, that's not an overstatement.
I believe that this is what the Creator wants from us at this moment. I've spoken to a lot of great rabbis, and they told me that at the end of time, this is where the fight's going to be. It's going to be in Kedusha. They are definitely messages from the Creator to help this generation.
The greatest chesed a person can do is to help this organization, Guard Your Eyes, to help combat the Yetzer Hara, and to help so many in their ruchnius.
So this is a bunch of paramedics that are saving souls. This is Hatzalat Nefesh. This is better than Hatzalat Nefesh. We're not saving physical life. We're saving souls. SOS.
I'm in Play Kodesh myself. I'm a Rav myself. All right? You have saved my soul. I am telling you, you have saved my soul.